Hey everybody, Sam here from TailorMadeServiceAdvice.com, and I am the life coach that you should be seeking for all questions and for advice. So the purpose of this video today is I want to talk to you guys about setting goals and actually following through with them. Sometimes we set a goal, we hit like a little roadblock and we just get discouraged. So I came up with a couple tips of some things you could do if this is something that you're facing right now. One thing I would suggest doing is making sure that your goal is something that you're very passionate or motivated about. Because the thing is, if you have a goal that you're not motivated about, you're not passionate about, it's just a small goal that to you, it's a small goal that you just figure maybe it's not something that you're totally interested in, something that totally doesn't motivate you. You may push it to the back all the time and say, if I get to it, I'll get to it. So having a goal that actually motivates you will actually give you that fire, that passion to go after it. So that's one thing I would suggest, making sure that goal is something that you're motivated and passionate about. Another thing I would suggest doing is having a timeline for your goal. And the reason I say this is because having a timeline / deadline will have you in that mindset that I gotta get this done. I have a deadline to meet. Gotta get this done. The date is slowly approaching. And then that way you'll be pushing yourself. And also what it does is it gives you when you'll know when it's time to celebrate. You can break out the champagne and say, you know what? I made my deadline. I reached my goal. So that's another thing I would suggest doing. Also, another thing I would suggest doing is putting your goals in writing. So the reason I say that is when you have it in writing and it's right in front of you, when you can see it on paper, you have no excuse for saying, I forgot about it. It was something I haven't thought about it in a while. Put that goal in writing and put it somewhere where you will see it at least a couple times a week, if not every day. So that's another thing I suggest doing. And also when you put that goal in writing, make sure you're using words like will instead of maybe or I'll try to. So let's say your goal is starting your own business. Instead of saying, I'll try to start my own business or maybe, make sure you say to yourself, make sure you put in writing, I will start my own business. I will start my own company. It gives you a sense of power and it's just a lot more motivating than saying maybe or I'll try to. And last but not least, well, actually not last, but make sure you have an action plan. So of course, your goal is very important, but you don't want to get caught up to where you're just focused on the actual goal and you forget about the steps that you will need to get to that goal. So those steps are just as important as the goal, if not more important. So if your goal is to lose weight, you got to have some steps along the way, some things to do. You can't just say, I'm going to lose weight and that's it. That sounds good, but you need some steps to get there. You got to say, you know what? I got to change my eating habits. I got to start exercising more regularly. There's some steps that will come into place for any goal, for every goal that anyone has. There are going to be some steps you need to take to make sure that goal happens. And last but not least, make sure you stick to your goal. And what I mean by that is when you have a goal set in place, make sure you follow through with it to the point where, of course, your goal is going to always be your goal. That whatever your goal is, it's not going to change. But the steps along the way may change here and there because you might find some things that you forgot about or some things you want to eliminate along the way. But the key is to make sure you stick with that goal and finish it all the way through. So those are just some things I wanted to throw out there for someone who's trying to reach a goal and may have hit a roadblock. So like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And I have a video out every Monday and every Thursday, so make sure you keep a lookout for it. And I will talk to you guys in a couple of days. All right.